So in this video, we'll give you a complete guide so you can figure out what racket suits you. If you like badminton, subscribe to this channel. We promise to provide weekly badminton content. So we got 4 rackets in our collection. The BF Navy, the BF Black, the BF Green, and the BF Red. So first of all 4 rackets are developed by myself and Morten Frost. We have been spending so many hours on a court like this, testing a lot of rackets, figuring out what we like and what we don't like. And of course, our purpose is to configure 4 rackets that suits a lot of players, whether they are attacking players or defensive players, all-round players, whatever they are, or whatever you are. We believe we have made 4 rackets that suits your need. So just want to touch upon the rackets and the differences between the racket. So actually they are all 87 grams. That's the first thing. The BF Navy, that's an even balance racket. So that means like the weight is quite balanced in the center of the racket. So that will usually be for players that are like all-round players and that likes like a lot of control on the shuttle. If you take the BF Red, that's also an even balance racket, but it's more flexible versus the Navy one. So the Navy is a bit more stiff. That's what we call the medium stiff. The Red is called medium. So you can see here it's quite flexible. So that's why it's great for a lot of beginners and all-round players there. Moving to the BF Black, that's a head-heavy racket. So that means like the weight is placed like on the top of the racket. The purpose of that is to provide a lot of power. It's a medium flex racket, so it's good for intermediate and experienced players. The last racket is the BF Green. That's also an head-heavy racket, so the weight is up here. It's a stiff racket, so it's less flexible versus the BF Black. It provides a lot of power, but on the other hand, because it's a stiff racket, it maybe gives you a little bit less support if you're not hitting the shuttle exactly on the sweet spot. So the 4 rackets I have here, I want to review them on 3 parameters. One of them is power, the second is control, and the third one is the flat exchanges, how it feels there. So let's move to the court and review the rackets. I want to give you some feedback on the BF Red from a power perspective. So personally, I feel like it's a good racket. However, the flexibility is only a medium one. For me, when I hit the shuttle, I can feel that my racket releases the shuttle a bit slower because it is a softer racket. So the touch between the racket and the shuttle is slightly longer, I would say. BF Navy racket, I would say solid racket. It got a good power, but personally I wouldn't say the power is as good as the 2 other rackets, which is green and black. Moving on to BF Black. So I personally felt that I got the most power actually from this racket. I don't play as much as I used to. So to me, like that it was a medium stiff racket. I felt like it gave me the contact point that I wanted to generate the power. I personally felt that my smash was the most powerful with the BF Black. The last one, BF Green, head heavy. I felt the power was good, but because maybe I don't have like the fast swing at the end as I used to, because I don't practice as much as I did earlier, I'm not able to get like the full advantage of the racket. So that's my personal view, because I don't play as much anymore. I would believe that if you do practice a lot and you have like really fast racket actions, you would really like the BF Green as a power racket. From a control perspective, if I start talking about the BF Red, I actually like it a lot. I felt like the control at the net was pretty good. The only thing that you have in mind is that you need to maybe guide the shuttle a little bit more due to the medium flex racket. But personally, I actually felt it was a pretty good racket from a control perspective. If I talk about the BF Navy, again here I felt like I had a really good control. It was pretty easy to navigate at the net, to do my lefts and to do my net drops. So I felt comfortable in using this racket at the net. I had good control in playing my shots. The BF Black, you could definitely feel that it was slightly more head heavy versus BF Red and BF Navy. When you do like the short swings, you can definitely feel that you need to work a little bit more with the power and the swings to generate the same sort of control on the shots. But personally, I do like it as well. BF Green, I think from a control perspective, since it's a stiff racket, you can definitely feel that navigating or guiding the shots towards the corner is fairly comfortable and nice using the BF Green. So overall, from a control perspective, I would say they're all four pretty good, and I could definitely recommend all four of them. Overall, from a flat racket actions perspective, for the BF Red, I would say it's pretty comfortable. It's neither too heavy or too light. Very easy to navigate here. Of course, like I'm not able to do as fast racket actions as the other three rackets because it's again a bit more flexible in the shaft, and you can definitely feel that in some of your pushes. But overall, a very good racket. Talking about the BF Navy, for me this probably was the one that I felt like I had the fastest racket actions with. It's again not an head heavy racket, so I would say it felt really good doing the drives here. I was able to navigate the racket fairly easy without any feeling like it was too heavy, I would say. BF Black, you can definitely feel that it's slightly more head heavy compared to BF Navy and BF Red. It is like milliseconds slower when you do the flat exchanges. When you hit the shuttle though, you get solid power, but you just need a bit more power yourself to navigate the fast racket actions. To me, the BF Green here is also a superb racket in the way that the racket actions are super fast, because it is a stiff racket and you can definitely feel once you meet the shuttle, the racket is like super ready to get to the next shot. I know it sounds a bit weird to put it like that, but definitely you can feel that once you do your flat pushes, the racket is super fast in recovering and being able to play the next shot. So really hope that you got an idea of the four rackets and their advantages and disadvantages on all four of them. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's rackets that Morten and I really have spent a lot of hours in designing and crafting in that way that it fits most players, I would say. Some of you guys watching will probably notice that the racket tension isn't the same on all rackets, and especially on the BF Red one, where the tension is definitely slightly lower versus the other three. I don't want to be too geeky here, but if you look at the material used, of course, also looking at the price, the material is at a higher quality on green, navy and black versus red, but you also get it for almost half price. So of course it can't take as high tensions as the other three rackets can. If you want to know more about racket tensions, Morten Frost has also been talking about it, and I've dropped the link below in the description so you can get more knowledge on that area.